Yeah. Bro code.
Bro code, we in new mode, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone. Bro code. Don't break bro code. Bro code. We in that mode. We in that mode, everything I'm doing with you, so we build a bigger picture. You was my bro, everything I'm building with you, so the family is richer. They better ask us about it, they know that we bought it, so they better not press with no issue. Oh, no, mess with one of us, that's two of us, that's coming at you though. If the two of us ain't feeling you, the three of us on go. If you come to play with three of us, we bout to let it blow. And we handing out that smoke, cause it's bro code. We in new modes, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone.
What up, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Bro, hey, look, man, this is the season finale.
Season finale?
Season finale, baby. We had this is 2 seasons? Yeah, baby, this 2 seasons.
Oh, wow.
2 seasons.
It was quick. This went by fast, man.
Hey,
It
but
did.
you know what? Hey,
It did.
when you're having fun like that, man, it's gonna go by fast. Bro.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna go by fast, man.
Yeah,
I'm saying, but hey, for all y'all out there, welcome to another episode of Bro Code. Hey, before we get started, man, hey, I did this last time. I'll do it again, bro. But hey, I just want to thank y'all, man.
Hey, man, let's
Cause
start
man, like I said, man, this.
Don't
Hey,
get
this.
emotional. Don't
I
get emotional.
ain't gonna get emotional. Well, hey, but hey, when I tell y'all, man, hey, this is more than the show, bro. Like I said, man, we are like I consider y'all my brothers. When I say that,
Same.
that mean, bro, I will ride for y'all to the end of the earth, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause when you got true friends like that, man, you can't take it for granted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you guys seen the division with me, man, and just took out y'all busy schedule, man, and we just rolled this thing, bro. Now we're heading to season 3. You know
Season
what I'm saying? Sitting in the living
That's
room.
right. You heard it here first.
Season
Season three,
Season
baby.
three
It's
You know what I'm
coming.
saying? So,
It's coming.
hey, sitting in the living room, boy, and now we in the studio, bro.
Hey, man.
It's just only up from here, bro. It's only up from here, man.
Right.
But today is, man, we don't even really have a topic for today. We got mostly Ask Bro Code questions.
Right.
So we got a whole bowl full of questions, man, and we're just gonna go through these questions. Some from guests, some from anonymous people that just, drop the question in. So we put it all in the bowl, and we're just gonna read them out and then just discuss them. So who wanna grab first?
Man, I'm grabbing.
He's grabbing
Volunteer
first.
myself. See what we got in here. All right, this one don't have nobody information on here, so I don't know who it's from.
Okay, so it's anonymous. Okay.
Anonymous, yeah, okay, so all right.
That sounds good.
Why do men focus on being great fathers, but don't put as much effort into being great husbands and boyfriends? I'm gonna read that question one more time. Make sure it soak in. Why do men focus on being great fathers, but don't put as much effort into being great husbands and boyfriends?
Let me answer that one. Let me start that one off. So, I don't think that's on purpose, and it's not just men, because the same occurs with women. Women will say, they always use the excuse, "Oh, I'm taking care of the kids, fixing food, washing clothes. So being a good wife, something gonna, fall short."
Go lacking, yeah.
But I don't think men do it on purpose. I think you can make the argument, men who didn't have good fathers, you know what I'm saying? They want to be great fathers to their kids. So that's their focus, I hear a lot of married people say, when you have kids, then the relationship kind of takes a back seat because you're so focused on the kids, making sure they're taken care of, making sure their needs are met, you know what I'm saying? And making sure that they have, a good environment to grow.
Right.
So I don't think it's on purpose, I think sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
What-
I agree with you, Coop. I mean, I think it's unconditional love.
Right.
Think about it, right? It's unconditional love. Like, No, when you have kids, like
Yeah.
that's unconditional
Something
love, right?
different. You
It-
I mean,
it's-
you can separate from your girlfriend, your husband,
Yeah.
your
Right,
wife,
right.
And see,
So when it comes to relationships, you know, it's like there's these conditions that's placed on a relationship, right?
right.
You know, so it can falter. It can falter. Like you know, you got a girl, you love her, she loves you, but there's conditions placed. When it comes to kids, it's all
not,
unconditional.
They love you.
You look at our parents. Our parents, like, they love us unconditional, right? Because we know what they went through and everything like that. There was all conditions placed on that. When it comes to parent-child, it's all unconditional.
And to piggyback off of what you said, I agree with you on that too. Because the way I look at it, it's simple. When it comes to a wife or a girlfriend, they can be replaced. Your kids can't be replaced.
Right.
So I mean, that's it in a nutshell. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Right.
The
right.
kids that kids they gonna love you. You know, today whether you put them on punishment or send them to the room, or tomorrow when you're hugging them and kissing them and taking them to get McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? You know, you and your spouse, girlfriend, wife, whatever might get into it, and y'all might not talk for a day or two.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or it might be tension in the air, and it's half conversations.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, like Alan said, you know, it's unconditional love when it comes to those kids. You know, when y'all not in a good place and y'all have to separate, the one constant is the kids.
Yeah.
That's
I-
always gonna be the focus.
Yeah, I can say too that I know what the question says, but you know, there's a lot of times you see it in the news and stuff like that. I see a lot with women, right? But you know, where they'll have a new man, you know, they'll go from man to man, and they'll always put their child second to their man or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it happens that way as well, right?
Right.
So, but you do see a lot of stories where you got parents that are neglecting their kids as a whole, and they just focusing on themselves, not even feeding their kids and stuff like that. So it's probably both, you know what I'm saying, ends of the spectrum, right? But for the most part, I like what you said.
Yeah.
As far as unconditional love.
Yeah.
Right.
Who pull it next?
Oh, it's on you, man.
It's on me.
Go ahead. You voted, man. You made it. You made it. To the
I voted,
precinct?
man. I did. I got up early and did it too, man. Okay, so this question coming from Monsita Minor from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Monsita wants to know, what are some non-negotiables when establishing a relationship?
Non-negotiables. Ooh. Okay.
That's a good question.
Non-negotiable. All right. We're not equally yoked. All right.
Or my refrigerator.
If I'm a Christian and you're a Jehovah Witness,
Yeah.
that's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, that don't work. That probably ain't gonna work.
That ain't gonna work, right?
Right.
That's a non-negotiable, right? What did you say? I didn't hear what
No,
you said.
that was a joke. I'm not repeating that.
You got a co-sign on it too, so
Because we already know what it is with that thing.
So, what was I heard
refrigerator?
something about a refrigerator? Like,
Hey,
what?
no.
Come on, put it out there.
No. I think one of my non-negotiables would be, man, you got to have a good job, man.
Yeah.
Like you got to be doing something with yourself. Yeah. I know a lot of women want guys that's gonna step in and do a lot of stuff. But hey, man, we getting to the point now, man. Hey, this ain't the '60s no more.
Was
bro.
that like independent? Like, what are you talking about?
No,
Independent?
I'm saying like you got a lot of women, even if the ones that want to be independent still want you to do a whole lot. I'm saying so. Last time I checked, independent means you can do that on your own.
So what is the job? So,
what's a good job?
What's a good job? What's a good job?
Let's take nursing. I feel like nursing is a good field.
So you want a
You know what I'm
nurse?
saying? So basically, at least you know the medical field gonna be consistent.
Right.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
or whatever can make sure that you maintain your standard of living. You know what I'm saying? So like if you work, and we'll just say if you work at, convenience store,
Yeah.
and you maintain your standard of living working at a convenience store, when we come together, then coming together should help that.
There we go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we can, because everybody's not gonna be a nurse or a
Right,
doctor or an
yeah.
accountant.
Who cares about that? Who cares
as
about
long
that,
as you
right?
can maintain your standard of living.
When you say your standard, but you met her at the convenience store,
Right,
Right.
right.
So you
Yeah.
know what convenience store money look like,
True.
right? So you should have. So your expectation should already be that this is the job she got, and so when I'm getting with her if she needs a little bit extra, you might have to be the one to give it to her.
Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
Here's my thing with that. That's her expectations. So why should my expectations change because hers changed?
Because you went and got a chick that work at the convenience.
Yeah, you settle for that.
Now, any man, if he a man, he gonna upgrade
Come
his
on,
chick.
man.
Right.
So if she work at the convenience store, we gonna take her out of there. We gonna
just like-
we gonna get her
just like
somewhere.
And like when you go,
We're
you
gonna
try to take them out the strip club. You like, hey baby, get off the pole. I'm saving you, right? So the same thing, you saving her from the quickie mart.
Hey, we can be captains.
I don't know,
We can
because
be captains for a little
they
while.
be getting bags on that pole. So, baby, I might, I might rub your feet when you get home at night with your shoes. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No, I think everybody's non-negotiables are gonna be different.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're establishing a relationship, especially early on, y'all knew, as invested in each other, let it be known.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Early.
If it's, hey,
Early.
I don't like shoes in my house, say that.
Right.
If it's
The toilet seat.
right,
Say that.
if
Right.
it's the refrigerator, don't be just going in my fridge.
Say that.
Say that.
So I would think a big non-negotiable would be not being able to communicate.
That should be
because
everybody's
That's
non-negotiable.
gotta
in
be the
beginning.
main non-negotiable
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
If you can't communicate, if I can't talk to you about where I'm at, what I feel, what I see, and you can't do the same, that's a non-negotiable.
And that's talk to understand, not talk to reply. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I like to communicate. I'm a good communicator," and then when you start talking to them, they don't hear nothing you say
Yeah.
because they reply cocked and ready to spit out. You know what I'm saying?
Communication, man.
right,
I'm telling
like
you.
That question kind of goes back to our, I guess, the red flags that we had before.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Like how
yeah.
we said,
Check that episode.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
said like smoking.
Right.
Like,
Right.
That might
Right.
be non-negotiable
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, man, I can't kiss and all that smoke.
Yeah, that's definitely one for me.
Right.
Right.
Like if you smoke, bro, listen, miss me with that
Yeah.
altogether.
Yeah.
But if you meet somebody and they smoking, that's 9 times out of 10, or probably 10 times out of 10, that's not gonna change.
They ain't gonna change.
Right.
No,
So
it's
if
not
that's a
gonna change. Yeah, yeah.
non-negotiable for you, then you might as well go on down the road because
Yeah.
a smoker 9 times out of 10 not gonna stop smoking.
Like some people
right.
don't want to deal with
Right.
kids. It can go both ways.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
It's like, hey man, you got kids? Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
They're young too. Like, oh, they about to be out of the house. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
fine.
Right.
Yep.
Oh no, they 5, 6, 7. Oh no, we can't deal with.
There's websites out there, man. There's one in particular, a dating site, and people can put their non-negotiables out there.
Put them on. Put them on.
Come on, right? and I heard a female say, a non-negotiable for me is a man with 3 or more kids.
Oh, I
And
saw
I'm like-
that too. I saw
But she
one like
probably
that.
got like 2
why
or 3 herself.
3? Like, why 3, right? But that's a non-negotiable for her. So she set that standard.
Well, how many she have? That's the question.
I don't know.
And the thing
I don't
is,
know.
the thing when you say, okay, I got 3 kids, but what if they're like this, like 17, 18, 19, they gone.
Right.
So is it non-negotiable? Like my kids is grown.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It
But
ain't like I got no babies.
yeah, but when somebody when they put that standard out there, to me, I think that's a good thing.
Right.
That really lets you know somebody, because they're saying, okay, if you got 3 or more kids, I can deal with 2, but 3, that's a non-negotiable thing. That lets me know, like, okay, well, I may not have 3 kids, but I know that you're so strict and so that may.
Or a woman that might love kids,
Yeah.
but she don't want to have kids.
Have kids, yeah.
You know, you run into them too. Like,
Right.
oh, I love
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
I
Oh,
want
yeah.
none for myself, but I
Yeah.
love yours.
Yeah.
You know, you have to respect. I look at it like this: everybody's decisions, opinions, non-negotiables, red flag. Hey man, you have to respect it. You can't be like,
You got
but
to.
you got 2 kids. Why you don't want to talk to a man with
Right.
kids? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if that's your preference, that's your preference.
Try not to make
Cool.
Brady Bunch.
Right. They might not be trying to make
you gotta
the break.
respect it.
Some people do.
Right. To me, that's
There's some females
communication.
out there with like
Yeah.
2 or 3. Oh, I'm looking for a man with 2 or 3 so we can have a whole crew out here.
Yeah.
Starting 5 basketball team we own. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and if you go in the coop house, ladies, and when y'all step across that door,
Take your shoes off.
take the shoes off and hit the shower. Go take a shower. I don't care if you took a shower
more of your
5
mind.
minutes ago. Non-negotiable. You take a shower when you come in my
Oh, wait,
house.
let me pull my list out.
If you gonna think you gonna sit or lay on my bed, you gotta
Right.
watch. You gotta
Who
watch your
pulling
butt.
next?
First of all,
was coming.
first of all,
Who pulled
we're
next?
in the living room And you don't just get access to the pleasure palace, the first trip. So just let y'all know that.
You say what now?
The pleasure palace.
No, before you pull. What? You said now what? They don't get access to the pleasure pass on the first time?
On the first time, no.
So what you gonna do it out in the car?
No.
So what is it?
We're gonna
What
talk
that mean?
first.
We'll talk
Like
first.
we're gonna have that cup of coffee.
So
we're gonna talk
you
first.
so you saying you're not a first date dude?
It
You
depends
gonna
on the
hold back
person.
on
So it depends on the person and the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
If the vibe is there and it's going, hey,
that vibe.
first date, it don't matter. But if we on that first date, on that cup of coffee, and it's not going nowhere, the vibe ain't there. No, I'm cool.
Can it go down on the first date?
It definitely can.
So that's not a non-negotiable for none of us, right?
But we is grown out here. Let me tell you something. People dropping like flies out here. Don't hold mine till next week. I want mine now.
Let mine go now.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Cool want the cash option,
Hey,
y'all.
man.
So when he hit the lottery, he said, "Don't
give me
feed
no monthly payments. I want lump sum.
lump sum, cash
I want
option,
lump sum.
lump sum."
Y'all ready for the next one, man?
What you got? Ace? What you got? What you got? What you got?
Let me
What you
pull it
got?
out. This a thick one right here. Let's see.
Lump sum, cool.
See what we got.
Sir.
Woo.
Hey, man, my grandma used to always tell me tomorrow ain't promised.
Right.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you got to go with it.
And I believe
Hey, this is anonymous Gemini.
Okay.
Why do men not look at things from both point of views and always paint themselves as victims?
because women do the same. That's easy. Women do the same thing.
Do we do that as men? Do we paint ourselves as victims?
I think it depends on what we do.
I mean, that,
Well, I take that back. Depending on the situation.
Right. I think it depends on what we do.
If we caught doing something, we ain't
Right,
got no
right.
business.
I mean, that question can go both ways.
Right,
I
go.
mean,
So I'm gonna read it again. Why do men not look at things from both point of views? I put myself in the female shoes, and always paint themselves as victims.
I don't think we paint
I
ourselves
don't
as
think we
victims.
do either. I don't.
I mean, I'm not gonna say we point ourselves as victim, but at the same time, I think what make them think that we point ourselves as victim when we go to establishing the fact of that we have feelings too. As long as we just take what you give and don't say nothing about it, then it's supposed to be cool. But as soon as me saying you pinpoint to something or say I did something and I'm defending myself and telling you, okay, no, but when you did this hurt too. Oh, why you got to be the victim? Oh no, I'm not being a victim. I'm just giving you back what you're giving me.
Right.
So it's not about me being a victim. It's about me basically you establishing how you hurt. So I'm establishing the same thing.
Yeah, I
So
think
does that make both of us the victim?
I agree. I think we're supposed to always answer for stuff or always, be men, as they always say. Be a man, stand up.
Just take it.
Yeah, you're supposed to just take it.
Right.
But if we have feelings or we voice our feelings about something or disagree, then we're being victims. But I don't think that's the case. You know what I'm saying? We can voice our opinion and have feelings and disagree and still own up to it. That don't mean we're victimizing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes women just not used to hearing a different perspective from a man. It's like, okay, babe, I did this. Well, no, that's not right. I can have feelings about whatever. Yeah. Just like they get to have feelings about whatever when we say, hey, you didn't do XYZ or whatever the case may be.
Is that the tit for tat?
I don't think it's tick for tack, man.
Sometimes.
You want to say yeah?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
It can be
So it's
viewed as that, but I don't think it is. I think it's because we don't do it so as often as they do.
Yeah.
So then when we do it, if it's something that we feel passionate about and not being emotional,
Right.
because it's a difference. We can be passionate about something and not be emotional about it. Then that's when it's looked at. That's when it's viewed that way.
Tit for tat, yeah.
Yeah,
But if you take your emotions out of it,
right.
then you're not going tit for tat. Then that's another problem.
I can say I've saved stuff up like, oh, something going on. I just won't say nothing. That bothers me. I just won't say nothing. Won't say
This
nothing.
is what I'm talking
And
about.
then-
Passive.
and then just let it go, and then
Right.
and then you kind of letting it build up, and then when they come at you, then you like, okay, yeah, what about this?
right.
And you start ripping them off,
Yeah.
and then
Then they looking like,
Yeah. And so then at that point, you know what I mean, we actually look bad.
Right.
I wouldn't even say we look bad. It's just the fact that, like I said, because
we look bad,
listen,
bro.
listen.
Don't let it build up.
We look bad as far as letting it build up, but as far as you expressing, that's why I'm always saying when it happens, go ahead and express it then.
Yeah.
Because I've been that dude just like you have. I seen multiple things that go down. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold that
like
in.
You said, how we just said earlier, like we just try to eat it as a man.
Right.
Let it go.
Right.
Just keep just move on.
Right.
Just push it to the side and just keep going. Right. But it will eventually, you know what I'm saying, that pile of clothes in the corner gets big. And then it's just like boom. You know what I'm saying?
And it happens.
And, and then you have to do the laundry eventually because you know what I'm saying, gonna keep piling up.
Yeah. I can firsthand say that I do that. And I was in my last situation, I was doing that.
Let it build up.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, I'm telling you this, like I'm telling you this, and then like next thing you know, boom, it's a whole explosion.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, you're crazy. No, I'm not. I've just been eating this for the past 10 months. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
that pessimist. That's
right,
that
right.
But it's like that
Because you
picket battles,
and you're not wanting no confrontation.
Right. It's like, I don't want to be confrontational or seem like I'm being petty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When
I work on that every day, bro. That pettiness, I work on that. I work on that.
But it's not being petty. It's like if you say, "Come in," if you come to my house and you know I say, "Take your shoes off at the door," right? You come to my house the first time, second time, third time. All right, you take your shoes off. That fourth time you come over there. Because I ain't paying attention, right?
Right.
But then I noticed you walk around the house with shoes on. Hey, you forgot to take your shoes off. Oh, okay. But then every time after that, I'm having to remind you. So what's What's going on? Like what happened with the first 3 times versus the last 3? You know what I'm saying?
Comfortable.
Right.
Comfortable. When they get comfortable,
or like you say,
no rules matter. When they get comfortable. Like my refrigerator. When you come to my house, have a seat. Don't be strolling through my refrigerator, okay? Because there's boundaries here.
Yeah, my thing is, if you got a female at your house with her shoes on, that means she's not comfortable. To me, it's like,
not necessarily.
He's trying to get him at the door.
Well, no, because this is.
I want you to come in my house comfortable.
Yeah,
right. But some females, like he said, they get comfortable. We're dating now. We're seeing each other regularly. So it's like, and dude, I've been talking to females for a while, so it's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it.
And
I get it.
I pay attention, I watch.
Right. Yes.
They will try you.
Yes.
To see if you gonna stand on that.
Yes.
It's like they want you to stand on other stuff, right? Okay, so we're gonna stand on this right here too.
Right.
I mean, no shoes in this thing.
right?
So you think it would have been a good gesture to like go and, you know what I'm saying, and you saw her do it, right? You like, okay, hey, you got the shoes on, and the next time she come over, have like some nice slippers at the door, and say, hey.
Bruh, I even go a step. I got booties at the door.
Nah, nobody want them booties, man.
If you don't even want to take your shoes off, I'll give you options.
You got pretty feet. You got pretty feet. Just come in, nigga.
Nah,
hey,
bro.
you want some socks, baby? You know what I'm saying? Take your shoes off. You want to walk? I walk around my house barefooted.
Nah,
Because I'm comfortable. I like that.
Yeah, you gotta be comfortable.
So I don't want like outside. Like, man, you ever looked at the ground when you walk?
Yeah,
Bro, come on.
That's like I had to, like one of my homeboys, like
That's horrible.
He big on that whole, you know what I'm saying, shoe thing, right? Or whatever. Right. So I had took my son over there. We actually spent the night at their house because they cousins and stuff like that. And so when I came, like, I don't like to just walk around in just socks on hardwood or even barefoot, right? So I had to prove to him, I said, yo, I came over and I opened my bag and I'm like, look, these slides, they brand new. Look at that. You can lick them, right? They brand
cool
new,
with
bro.
that too.
They brand new. I hadn't hit no flow. I said, I just don't like to walk like that. He's like, okay, cool, I believe you or whatever. And it was brand new. I said, man, because I don't want to be walking around with no shoes on. I just don't like to do it.
Let's be clear now. I'm not a jerk about it now. I don't just be going crazy because it's the floor. You know, like, hey, I got some socks. I got these booties right here you can stick on, you know what I'm saying? Or we got options. But just to be walking around, no.
At the end of the day, and we're gonna move to the next question. Respect my house. That's all I'm saying.
Man, forget that
Respect
refrigerator.
my house, bro. Respect my house. That's all I'm saying.
You get no respect for that refrigerator.
Respect the house.
When next time I come in there, there's gonna be some ladies. I'm like, hey, y'all go in the refrigerator.
Hey,
like,
hey, and we just said,
yourself.
why he kicking us out? I said, because Rico told me that shop's in the refrigerator.
Oh, God. All right, here we go. What would you mentor younger men about work ethics? Oh, bruh, this is a good one.
Oh, this is great.
So work ethics, and my son will tell you this. because he can probably recite every word that I ever told him about working. Anything worth having is worth working for.
Right. I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? And I always hit him with, ain't nothing in this world free.
Nobody
Not
can
even
give-
the air.
Now nobody gonna give you nothing.
And nobody
right.
finna give you
That's
nothing.
right. That's right.
And so I, you know, having boys, I always talk to them about that. You know, being a, you know, not just a, you know, boy or man in America, but a black man in America.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality that we live in as black men. We have to work 10 times as hard. We have to be 20 times as smart, and we always have to be looking forward and not looking behind or staying or looking in the immediate area. If you know, you got to be looking ahead of your coworkers. You know, if they studying, you know, one night, hey, you got to study 2 or 3 nights.
Limit your you really gotta limit your mistakes.
Limit the mistakes, because 9 times out of 10 we only gonna get one chance.
And not just that, man. You got a budget. Like,
Finances too,
yeah,
yeah.
you got a budget, man. You can't just be like taking your money and spending it on, like, I think one of the craziest things that used to trip me out the most, man, about my cousins and stuff growing up, man, is the fact that, like, when I got old enough to be working and stuff like that, you know, it's like for some reason everybody, like, I like name brand stuff, but I don't have to have it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm walking in the store or somewhere with some jeans on and some boots, are you gonna know they Gucci jeans?
Right.
You gonna know they Gucci jeans,
Sometimes.
especially you know what I'm saying, if you don't see the tag or whatever.
if it's
So
spray
you
painted
got
down
some
the
people that go
leg.
spend $85, $200 on one pair of jeans. That's 3 or 4 pair of jeans you could have bought, man. So like, I just feel like, you know, your work ethics as far as your budgeting and what you spend your money on is definitely important to these young cats, man, because they don't get it.
It's funny, man. It's funny that and that's a great question. Whoever was that?
Tony,
they
that
have
came
a
from
name
Tony.
on it.
That came from Tony.
Yeah.
That was from Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that's a great
That's
question.
a good question, Tony.
Great question.
Look, he trying to make us think, boy.
Yeah. And I respect that because it just, you know, my kids were at the house this past weekend, and I did an exercise with them, and they know my values. They know my values, and they know what I instill in them, and the two are work ethic and being respectable. Like those are my 2 values that I instill in my boys. But I did an exercise. With my boys, and I said, because unbeknownst to a lot of people, kids, the younger generation, they don't feel positive about themselves, and they cannot express something positive about themselves. So I purposely asked my kids, both of them individually, one was downstairs, one was upstairs, purposely asked them, give me 2 things that you love about yourself, 2 positive things about yourself. And I was worried because the facts are that most kids cannot do it. And I'm like, whoa, if my kids can't do it, then we're failing as parents, right? You know? So, and they rattled them off. They rattled them off, and I did my youngest one first, and he was like, I'm nice. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm a team sport. And then I had him expound on it. Boom. That was that. He expounded on it, and he said, I give my teammates that, and it's 5. He said 5. And then I also give the other team 5. I'm like, you're a sport. You're a sport, right?
Yeah.
Then my other one was like, I'm smart, and even if I don't know, I'll ask questions to get to know the answer and to figure it out. I'm like, okay, cool. And then he said, I got a nice personality, meaning I can get along with everybody, and even people that I can't get along with, I know that, you know what, I can't go that way. I'll fall back. That's the way they explained it, and I'm like, wow. But
good.
I feel like that's the thing, is like us as parents, we have to know that you got to instill something in your kids, you know, and they got it, you know, and that's what we do.
Who put in next? You, Rico?
Yep, I'll pull another one. Let's see what we got. All right, so another anonymous one.
Long.
All right. Why do black women complain about black men than any other race of women? Why do black women complain about black men? I guess supposed to be more than any other race of women.
I'm finna scream because I hear that question so much, and I don't think nobody have a good answer for it. I don't think that there's a good answer for it. I think it's an inevitable battle that's going to forever occur between black men and black women because of one simple thing.
What's that?
we do not try to communicate with each other to understand each other. They don't communicate with us to understand our struggle with the relationship or with other things. And so some of us don't communicate with them to understand what their struggles are.
Is it?
And so it turns into a back and forth, a argument, a shouting match, and then, oh, I'm going to find, the YT person over here.
Do you think it's more of a could be a cultural thing? Right, because when you say black women, right, then you can go black women in another country might be completely different because they're not Americanized, if you want to call it, or their culture is different, right?
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna agree with you on that, but I'm gonna add a little something to that. I think the culture has something to do with it, but more than just the culture, I'm gonna go and say that I think because from day one, it has to do with expectation and labeling. What I mean by that, right off the bat, I'm saying, if your dad did something, automatically you out of label as, well, you know what, that's the son, so the son must gonna do the same thing that the daddy did. I'm saying, so basically, as soon as you get into it with somebody, or a black woman or whatever, the first thing she's saying, you know what, I'm saying, your daddy must have been like that because you do the same thing your daddy did. I'm saying, and black women don't make it no better because what's the first thing, when you do that, what's the first thing they say? You just like your daddy.
When y'all have a son,
right, so you just like your daddy. So I'm saying, so it's always you already labeled, and then I feel like the expectations, I'm saying, from black women, because I think I'm gonna go on the record and say I feel like we as black men, we challenge our black women more than any other race does. So therefore, you may have a white man or an Asian man or a Chinese man come in and get a black woman. The first thing he want to do is he want to spoil you because he feel like that's what you want. But we as black men, we want you to work hard for it. Because guess what? If I die tomorrow, you ain't lacking nowhere. Okay? If he die tomorrow, guess what? You may have all that money that he left behind, but you ain't gonna have him. So I really feel like we as a race, I'm saying, we as black men, I'm saying, we are challenged every day. So therefore, that same challenge that we go through, sometimes we challenge our women. If you say you got my back, we put you in situations and tasks to see if you actually got my back. But most other races, you go out and find, you know what? I got me a white man. He take care of this. He take care of that. He take care of that. What you do? What you take care of? Nothing, because that's the role that he has painted, that you don't have to do none of that. But with black men, yeah, if you say you can cook, get in the kitchen and cook.
I think there are a group of black women that just absolutely love black men, with all their flaws and hangups, and they don't, look at them as their enemy. They look at them as their king, always, right? And so those are the ones that will be there to fight tooth and nail to work it out, make it work, all that stuff, right? And then I think you have some that just, they've had a bad taste from a situation or something that occurred, and it just, it's put them in a bad,
I mean, it could be like, how they talk about how the black family is not as strong.
That part
should
too,
be,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's a lot of single moms, single fathers, you know what I'm saying, all this separation, right? And you go to a lot of other cultures, it's not that way. They're strong units, right? And so the kids see that growing up, and so they start out, the girls start as little girls. They see everything what's going on, right? And they see that my dad was there and all this kind of stuff. So it makes them a little bit different, right? You know what I mean? Versus just like saying in other cultures, the girls are taught to, they honor their father, honor their husbands. In some of those cultures, they actually get, what do you call it? It's like the planned marriages and stuff like that, right?
The arranged
so
marriages.
the arranged marriages.
Yeah, right.
So they already know, like, in their culture, it's beating it to them to be a certain way. They're not gonna come into the relationship and then just question their husband about a decision that he's making.
I think you're definitely correct with that. Where the family dynamic is a big part of it, especially when you go back and the men were taken out of the homes and separated from the women and all that type of stuff. So I think it's, it kind of just spiraled from there into what it is now, and it's just it hasn't been repaired. It hasn't been put back together. It's still that thought of single mom, kids, daddy over here. You know what I'm saying? And not family.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna take.
Because it's not consistent,
Yeah.
right? We don't consistently see,
Yeah,
you know,
but I mean,
families.
yeah, because it's here in our small
Right.
group.
It's mom and kids.
a part of
it's
me,
dad.
a part of me feels like I need to say something right here.
You got
and,
to.
and,
You got
and, and I want to, but I want, if you don't mind, if you can read that question one more time, if you, because I want to make sure I want to answer. I definitely want to touch on it.
Why do black women complain about black men? It's supposed to be more than any other race of women.
Okay. So black men, we already have a stereotype, right? It's even before you get into a relationship, a family, have kids, you already got a stereotype,
Label.
right?
Right.
So you already coming into the relationship with weight on your shoulder,
Right.
right? So
agree.
a black woman get in a relationship with a black man, okay? That woman may not even know the weight that man carries. And if she does, then she may not be the typical black woman, right?
She different.
She might be different, right? But if she does know, then she can support that black man as he's carrying on the external weight that he has, right?
I agree.
So I think that's the dynamic right there.
Just missing.
It's dismissing, right? That's the dynamic right there. Black woman doesn't know the weight that a black man carries, but the black man got to carry it. So
I think if they were more supportive, and they inquired more and not just hit you with, you a man, deal with it.
Right.
You a man,
Yep.
fix it. You a man, blah blah blah.
right.
If they did that, the whole dynamic would change
Yes.
for the better for
Yep.
everybody,
Yep.
not just for him, for you too. Because now he know he got, the one at home.
Right. Right.
He gonna go out and he gonna fight 10 times harder.
And
The
bruh,
next day he gonna go hard.
You just sent us.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
just sent us a TikTok about that same conversation.
Yeah.
It's the triple A's, right? It's the triple A.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember
I
that?
remember that.
Right? Affirmation and I can't remember. I can't remember.
Right,
But
right.
that's what we need.
Right. And you know it's funny? It's funny how y'all see her name of this because the next question ties right into to that. That's funny. Let me read it. As a black man, what are 3 things you feel women should change
Oh, man.
when it comes to being married or in a relationship?
3 things a woman should change. Every marriage is different.
Yeah.
You can't
Every
really speak on
situation.
people married. Everybody's situation is different. But if you want to talk about the things that most black men complain about, change, right? I'll say one. I can't do all 3. Compassion. Just compassion, right? Be compassionate. That's that go both ways. That go both ways. But for a woman to be compassionate about what we just talked about, what a man goes through, understanding that, that's one. I can't do all 3.
I can give you 3. I'm gonna give you. I like compassion. That's a good one. I'm saying so. I'm gonna get another C on there. Compromising.
Right.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Compromising is important because at the end of the day, you always want us to be in a state of mind where we are protecting you and you have that security. At the same time, like I said, we need the same thing because when we go, like you just said, when we going into the world and we putting all this weight on our shoulder, we need to have that security at home, that knowing that you're gonna back us up when we fall short. Okay, so definitely compromising.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go above and say, me saying, learn how to be a better support system. I'm saying, like basically, you want your man to support you. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, when you have these ideas, okay, you want your man to see you through and support you and be there for them. Okay, so when you have those ideas, I want to open a candy shop. Okay, no matter how stupid that may sound, I'm just saying, you're a grown man. You want to open up a candy shop? What, really? No. Okay, you know what, baby? what area you want to open it up in.
Right.
Okay. What kind of candy you want to sell.
Right.
Okay. What, stuff like that. Question like, my thing is, you got to invest in that person, because guess what? He may open a candy shop in an area that be balling, and now you want to reap the benefits off of it. You know what I'm saying? It brings me up to the movie that Tyler Perry did, Acrimony.
Right.
Okay. The whole time he was going through the process, you know what I'm saying, I had so much crazy feedback from women. It was like, I can't believe he did her like that. No. The thing about it is,
Did her like what?
like that's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's my point. See, the whole time he was going to these job interviews and getting turned down, weathering the storm. Okay, you got other friends and stuff in your ear, girl. You gotta keep on taking care of that man. He don't do nothing. No, this, that, and the third. Okay, that support system, like I just said, you let other people around you. Nah, if I were you, I wouldn't be doing that. So guess what? As soon as you drop him, and then he came up. And then that chick that invested in him, that time into him, now you mad.
Sir.
What movie is
Now
that?
you mad.
Acrimony. It's actually a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a
now
good
you
movie.
mad because that boat that he riding on, that car he driving,
that he talked
the
about with
house
you.
that he talked about with you. Exactly. He
I'm
talked
finna
about
stay
with
right
you
here.
first.
When he was saying we, not
Right,
me,
right.
we gonna be staying here looking out over the city.
Right.
We gonna be on this boat.
Yeah.
But you didn't believe in the dream like he did.
Right, so I'm
kept
gonna look in the
listening to
camera and say this, ladies. When you have a conversation with your man and he talking about his goals, say, "Yeah, baby, how we gonna do this?" Okay,
Right.
to see if he even includes you,
Right.
Because same thing with women. We say, "Hey, I want to do this." I'm saying, so if we can do this, because that's the key thing is the terminology. If you including, I tell my sisters and brothers all the time. You know what I'm saying? They were like, you know what, bro? I'm proud of you. You say you're doing the podcast, you're doing the movies. I said, oh, we about to blow up. And they get quiet. I say, yo, we about to blow up, because when I blow up, we all blow up.
Right.
So I'm saying, so
It ain't no
same
fun
thing with
if the homies
relationship.
can't have none.
You want your man to have your back, but then, Sally and Lisa and Keisha, they all in your ear, girl. You know what I'm saying? How long you gonna stick around that for that price? Because that's a long process. I wouldn't be going through that. Well, guess what? As soon as he blow up, now you're there with Sally and Keisha, and the man wants trying to get him.
Yeah.
Right.
The man
Behind
was trying
your
to
back.
The man was trying to get behind
Hey,
your back.
you doing good over there.
And
I
then
see you.
I think another area I would say, they probably comfort me for this one. Your spending habits.
Yeah.
Work on your spending habits. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody, like I say, I get ridiculed because I say when you get married, I feel like you should at least have at least 3 or 4 accounts. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I said 3 or 4 accounts, I feel like you should have your account, his account. You should have an account for the bills, and then you should have like a vacation account.
True.
Okay, it's because at the end of the day, with that vacation account, that's what we doing together. Okay, the bills is what we doing together. What you got in yours, I'm saying that's on you. What I got in mine, that's on me. But we got to have some kind of account that we doing it together. Because basically, if we put money in it together, I mean we working together. But you got some people that were like, you know what, we got a joint account, but he want to make sure that he get to keep the checkbook. Okay, then that means that should tell you something. If he wanted to be the one to pay all the bills and keep the checkbook, evidently some kind of little management skill that you got.
What I
Some
told
ain't
you,
right.
Rico, in a previous episode, we won't never have 100% of the money going in one account. No, we're going to split that thing up. And this is why. Because you got some out there that think they're supposed to hold on to the checkbook, but they got less than the amount of money coming in to go in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother. But I must say,
so you saying because it's not equal money going in?
No. Not because of it's not equal money going in, because of the amount of expenditures that would be going out. So think about it. If you got $2,500 come in going in the account every month, and your mate got $5,000 going in the amount, then and you automatically think, oh well, we're gonna split that down the middle, so I got a little bit more playroom. No, that's not how that works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I was saying a minute ago, make sure your job can keep up.
Consistency.
Yes.
Right. That's the other C word.
That's what. Now, I'm not saying that to say that I'm not available to assist and elevate. That's not what I'm saying. But don't just automatically assume, oh well, me and Boo got the account together. It's on. No, that's not.
Well,
it ain't on.
I mean,
It
well,
ain't on.
technically, like,
It ain't on.
I mean, the thing
It
is
ain't never
that
on.
the thing I'm gonna just keep saying is that
Uh-oh.
once you get married, you can have the little separate accounts and stuff like
True.
that, right? But it's supposed to be like I make more money than my wife.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But so once our money she has a small separate account. I got a small separate account, right? But the majority of that money goes into one thing, and then I know that she's better with staying on top of the bills and stuff like that. So she pays most of that stuff, but we both come into the agreement that money going to the account is our money.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. Like I feel like a joint account is good, and in most typical relationships, there's one person better with money than the other.
Always.
And this is true.
I agree with
And
you.
sometimes it can be the woman, sometimes it can be the man.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And you got to play your role. So just like, like
I'm
you
not even
said.
gonna say better with the money. I just don't like. I for some reason, I don't know what it is. I just hate paying bills.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
So she's better. So she's better.
yeah, because I hate my money going. I hate.
Well, I'm glad you acknowledge that at an early age.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you acknowledge that at an early age that you like to pay bills.
And it really doesn't matter like who makes more, like because when you become one, like it's like it's household income.
Right.
It's household.
Right.
So really, the joint account should be like percentage.
Because see,
It should be a percentage.
because you got to
of
think about
going
it.
into the
So
joint account.
so say you married, or I'm the only one married right now, but whatever. If you was married, whatever, right? And all of a sudden you go out there and then you lose your job or you take a hit and you disabled or something like that, then instantly you making less money, right? And now your little separate account looking low, and you over here looking at your little separate account like, man, this thing terrible looking, right? And she's sitting over here, you know what I'm saying? Man,
and that's when pride
I'm about to go buy. I'm about to go get me a purse and some shoes. And you sitting over there.
That's when pride gonna come
know what I'm
in,
saying?
and that's what we ain't talked about. We ain't talked about it all season.
Yeah, we talked about ego.
Yeah, she, you know what I'm saying? She go get the lobster and crab legs, and man, all you can go to Long John Silver. Because that's what your account look like. Now.
Hey, I take my lumps as they come. You feel?
See? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say as a unit.
No, man. I'm just saying, like,
Look,
that's we can be a unit. That's cool, but we gotta have boundaries and have
but
understanding.
you have boundaries.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
in order to get the black family back where it's supposed to be, into the right spot, y'all, you put your resources together,
Right.
and you stop saying me. Like my wife, I just realized when you were saying that, you were saying the thing. She say everything is always we. Every time she say something, it's we, right? But in order
That's
to get
good, though.
you know,
That's good.
you got to say, hey man,
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? This is our money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey babe, you know what I'm saying? I had my review today. They bumped me up 15%. We paid.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Oh no, I feel you on that. Now I'm cool with that. I don't have no problem with that. You know, we just some people don't think like that.
But no,
A lot of
that
people
goes
think
back
like
to
that.
right. That goes back to knowing your partner,
Right.
Especially in the dating process and then leading up to marriage, like because at some point before y'all get married, you probably jumped into that like finances and not just. I know I would like not just talking about it, but actually
Seeing
doing it.
Right.
Let me
Seeing
see
it.
how she gonna do
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go get this account together,
Right.
and let's put so much in there, and let's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go from there. I got friends that they got separate accounts and then joint account for bills, travel, etc. You know, and then the wife is spending once they spend up their money out their account, then they jumping in the. See that right there? That
I went
don't
through
work.
that. I went through that.
That's not how that goes.
I went through
But
that.
that's what-
Nah.
but
No conversation. It's different if it's a conversation like, "Hey, babe, I made an error in accounting this month. I need a little bit extra money. Okay, babe, take it out the joint account. Let me know.
Right.
Don't let me be riding down the road and get an alert, and I'm like, what is this?
Right.
Why $1,000 just got transferred from the joint account?
Right.
Because now I'm in panic mode. Like somebody done broken out. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Communication is the key.
Right, communication. So that's definitely one of the what was the what was the question?
Three things that women should change.
Who is it on?
It's on AC. This is last. Get the gun. Put the last one. AC.
No, we got one more.
We got. Depends on what the question. We got time for at least two
Here
more.
we go. No name right here. What is something that you did as a young man looking back as an older man you wish you could go back and change?
Ooh.
What is something that you did as a young man looking back as an older man you wish you can go back and change? You know what? I'll start with that one. I'll go with that one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one, and that is a great question. It's anonymous, so we don't know who came with that one. But for me, things I done as a young man, to be honest, I dated, and my relationship with women was based on what I was looking for characteristics in my mom when it came to women. So it was like I dated women based on, okay, you got this quality, and I put them all together.
So you had like 3 that gave you 1.
Yeah, 3 that gave you 1. You know what I mean? It's like that's the wrong way to go as a young man. But I had to grow into a man and be like, nah, you're not gonna get everything.
Right, everything you're looking for. Right.
And then honestly, you may not want everything that your mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as a young man, those are the mistakes I made. I dated looking for characteristics in women. You know, so.
I think me, man.
Relationship based? Is this relationship based?
It's whatever.
Just in general.
It's in general.
I don't even know. That's a good one.
Me, I probably would say, not learning at an early age what true love really is. You know, going through a lot of different relationship, experiencing and looking for it, and not knowing the basis on what it is. So a lot of relationships and marriages, whatever, everything I basically went through was like trial and error. I'm saying, like, okay, I think this is the way you're supposed to treat a woman, so let me do this. But then when it backfired, like, okay, no, that ain't right. So got to scratch that out. Then move to the next woman. So, okay, well, I tried that with her. That worked. So let me try the same thing with her, because at least it worked with that one.
Did you have it modeled? Did you have it modeled? Like,
no. So the thing about it is, like, my mom died when I was 11.
Yeah.
Okay. So then living in the house with my grandmother, there's a lot of us. So one no 101s there with all that. We said my dad was a player. So my uncle was a player. My granddad was a player.
That sounds familiar.
So basically looking at the blueprint around, I'm looking around like, okay, okay, that can't be how it is, because each time you do it, you get in trouble. Right. So now I'm like, okay, well, let me try this.
Are
okay, so you do this with this one chick. Okay, it's working. And then all of a sudden she ain't happy. Then she break up with you. It's like, okay, so at least I got something right. Then you try the same thing with the next shit. She's like, well, I don't know who you was with, but I don't like that. So now your mind messed up again. Yeah. So now the older I got, and now I got to a point where I know what I'm actually looking for, I would probably really go back and change that. Yeah. To at least basically have like a idea. Okay, first of all, let's start with what I'm looking for. Right. Because nobody never said, you know what, before you fall in love, make sure you know what you're looking for.
Right. I'm gonna say financial awareness, man. Yeah. Financial literacy. If I could go back to when I was like 18, 19, 20, 21, when I didn't have no responsibility. Well, minimal responsibility.
Right.
I would have read more on financial stuff like stocks, bonds, investments. Right. I would have did more research to be able to have been in a better financial situation than I am now. Not that I'm in a bad. I'm cool. I'm comfortable. Yeah. I'm straight. Yeah. But I could have maybe been looking to retire at 45.
We all at the age where we missed the boat on all these companies that we could have invested.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I ain't know nothing about it either.
Yeah. So coming from what we came from, that wasn't important. That wasn't a conversation.
Nope.
And so that was one of the things that I talked to my boys a lot about, with them being younger. Hey, it's cool to have relationships. Leave them kids where they at. You graduated. You got your degrees. Get yourself established. Yeah. Start your 401k. Start your Roth. Yep. Start your savings account. Put, divvy your money up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yep. I didn't get them conversations with my pops. Yep. You know what I'm saying? He taught me how to work and make money. Right. I can do that. Right. But he didn't tell me how to
invest it.
Right. Invest my money. Right. Make my money work for me. Right. So that I don't have to work till a certain age.
Exactly.
Yeah. We are so caught up in working until we Social Security age. We don't have those conversations with our kids about, no, you don't have no responsibility right now. Work, you get your money, put this much, this much, this much, this much. Yeah. Live off of as little of your paycheck as you can.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
But now, man,
and then as you make more money, take that extra money, put it away. Don't spend it. It's cool to go shopping. Yeah, do that. But don't go overboard. Hey, I told you, I got me 2 Walmart t-shirts the other day. I be excited about them Walmart t-shirts.
So what about the young Rico? What we go back to tell the young Rico?
Man, that's a good one.
Right,
That'll be
yeah.
one of them. And also, I would tell like I think back then, I fell in love with baseball for real, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, but the story is that I practiced a lot, did a lot of stuff that I was supposed to be doing to make myself better and stuff like that. But I will go back and tell myself that you can always do more. Right? I
Work
look
ethic,
back,
yeah.
I look back, and I would practice all the time, doing all this kind of stuff extra. But I still feel as if I could still do a little bit extra, right? Like I was just looking at the show on Netflix about the redemption team, right? And you know what I'm saying? So they was, once they got that team together, right? Because I guess the one with Kobe and Melo and them, the first one they got killed, right? So they came back, got a new coach. Brought in Coach K. The new guy was running things. Said, hey, y'all got to play together even in the off years, y'all, just like the international teams or whatever, right? So they out there in Vegas, right? And you know what I'm saying? They going out partying at night, right? And then they coming in at like 4 a.m. or whatever. They see
Kobe
They
going
see
in.
Kobe.
Yeah.
They see Kobe coming down with his gloves on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He finna go to the gym and lift some weights and shoot ball.
Yeah.
At 4 o'clock in the morning, these boys just coming in because it's just his work ethic, right?
Yeah.
And I would just push on myself. Hey, man, when you want something, you know what I'm saying? Work as hard as you can. So at the end of the day, you can say, hey, man, you look at yourself. I really did everything I could possibly do to get myself there. I didn't make it, but I still tried.
Yeah.
Right? So I still think I would tell the younger me, when you want something, keep going. Try as hard as you can.
Yeah, that's right.
That's definitely a good one.
That work ethic, like I said, putting that work in, man, at a something that you got a passion for is definitely important because that's how you get great.
Yeah.
And not just sports, man. Even say whatever your passion is.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just
whatever your passion is. you
Yeah,
gotta work in, man.
whether it's like writing or whatever, just like you with your plays and stuff, man. Don't let nobody turn you. Work as hard as you can toward it, right? If that's your passion, do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I was gonna ask you. So what's gonna be new in season 3, man? So the
Hey,
season
man,
2 is over.
we can't reveal that yet, man.
Yeah, we can give them a little something. Y'all, what y'all?
I think with season 3, man, we're looking to have more guests, more topics. Definitely, we definitely gonna
Different
touch
topics
on.
for sure.
We definitely gonna touch on health. We gotta definitely touch on health because I think that's important.
Yeah.
We got a whole lot of new guests coming through. We got a couple more different women shows that we're gonna basically give women a chance to come on and invest.
Black men on health, right? I was just talking to my man Coop outside
Yes,
about
sir.
this. Once you get to around our age, you know what I'm saying, even before I'm 41, right? So late 30s or whatever, black men, prostate, colon, you pay all this insurance and everything. Don't let them doctors say, oh, you too young or whatever.
Yeah.
Go get checked. You spending your money.
I'm getting my colonoscopy on the 30th. I'm 45. I'm getting my colonoscopy on the 30th. You know what I'm saying? Stay on top of that.
Yeah.
Stay on top of that. Colon cancer is, it's big. We had an experience.
Survivor.
Yeah, survivor. We got a survivor in the building, so I'm getting mine on the 30th. You guys pray for me, and
Always, bro.
it's important.
Yeah.
And get some doggone insurance. Stop buying these rims for your car. Stop buying these cars and you ain't got no insurance to go get looked at. Because when you gone, JoJo down the block gonna buy it from your family for less than what you paid for it, and he finna be cruising in it. We got to do better, man. Health is wealth, man. Health is wealth, like I always hear online.
Rims and no IRA, no
Right.
401k.
No 401k.
Exactly.
That's your 401k. No, man, because somebody gonna steal your 401k. You can't drive it around.
And then you get in trouble because now you mad because somebody stole your rim. You spent $1,400 on a pair of rims. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you complain about you ain't got the money to go to the doctor.
Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, man, he did that for everybody to be able to have access to health care, whether you agree with it or not. You know what I'm saying? And I think they fine you now. You have to pay a penalty.
Well, they've been doing it because
taxes,
when you do your taxes,
right?
I be doing
Everybody
people's
need to
taxes.
have insurance. Don't be ducking the IRS, not paying your taxes because you ain't
But
got no
it
insurance.
is wrong because some people still can't afford it. Even
It's based off income,
right,
dog.
but some of it's still like you don't realize some of these people that work these jobs, they be strapped, super strapped, right?
Well, I
And
get
then
it.
you're gonna penalize them in taxes. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't get it, you can't do that. Now I don't like that part, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's
And I don't know if all of us here in the studio give back to charity, but I will say, season 3, we all should have a charity.
Speaking of
right.
that, speaking of charity.
So I will say mine is Save the Children.
Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of charity, I did sign us up for Feed the Hungry for Thanksgiving. So I would have signed us up for that.
That's mission.
Yeah, I was saying. So
That's mission.
once I get the information, I'm gonna let you guys know because I definitely want to do. That's one of the things I told you guys.
I want,
That's one of my goals.
I want all of us to have a charity.
Yeah.
I want all of us to have a charity. All right, and we are going to do mission.
So
Also-
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But I don't really mess with the charities because I personally, and this is just my personal belief, the money don't go where it should or where it's supposed to.
That's why you got to pick your. You got to
and
pick
so,
it. Yeah.
so what I do is I'll pick a family, and I'll just randomly give money. Like, hey, how much was the kids? And I probably won't even ask. I might just be like, here, or your Cash App will go off, and that's my don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's how I do it
charity.
personally.
Yeah, that's charity.
Or-
yeah.
Because I know where it's going.
Since you want season 3, we're gonna do this. We start our own charity.
Bro Code Fund.
Bro Code Fund. We can start
Hey,
our
man,
own
we can
charity.
do backpacks.
We can start. We can look into that. We can
do that.
Bro Code Fund.
There it
We can
is.
do all
Hey,
that.
man,
It
there it
is.
is.
So hey, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's season 2 at its finest. It's the
Yes,
end.
sir.
We will see y'all in season 3. Appreciate the love.
Thank you.
Appreciate the comments.
Thank you.
Appreciate all you guys who
Appreciate you guys.
who subscribe. If you have not subscribed, when you watch the show, it takes one little click to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get these subscribers up. Thank you for all the guys and people and women and everybody who I think we got like 520 members in our Bro Code Facebook group. So we appreciate all the love that y'all shows. We have 520. So hey, keep on with the love.
And just because we leaving don't mean you can't go back and catch all these good episodes and good
Yeah.
conversations. We still on YouTube. You can go back and watch anytime. Facebook, same thing. So don't think just because we the season over with that you can't get your Bro Code
And
fixed, man.
Ask Broco. We actually need that more importantly
Yeah,
now
yeah.
in the off season.
Let's start that
when we
now.
Come back, start that now.
So
start that
still
now.
got those
Bro Code.
questions. We're gonna put them in this bowl, and let's say season 3, episode 1. As Bro Code, we're gonna continue
Gonna
this.
keep it going.
So from your fellas at Bro Code.
Bro code, we in new mode, and we do it better sticking together. Won't bend, won't fold. No, I got your back through whatever weather, rain, sleet, or snow. Making profit while we get to the cheddar. They know we own. Take off, we gone. Diamonds two-tone. This is our throne. We in that zone. Bro code. Don't break bro code. Bro code. We in that mode.